Welcome back to consecutive day 823 of the Diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember this is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. Check the link in the comments below to find out more, but do give this a subscribe and a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 823 of the Diary of a Runpreneur, and today I'm with my good friend Alex Hart, and Alex has, on today is his 365th consecutive day of running, so we thought it would be a really good opportunity to just have a chat with Alex, see how he's got on. So first and foremost, thank you Alex for coming with me, and congratulations.
Thank you, Kit. Yeah, it's been good.
So how have you found running every day for a whole year?
So it's been a really good challenge actually. It was set out from wanting to improve my health a little bit, and took it on, got through the first sort of split steps of the challenge and became a habit, and probably from 150, 160 it's been really enjoyable.
And how have you found, because I think with anything, you've run through all 4 seasons now, you'll have had days where, no doubt, where it's been effortless, and you've had days where it's been, no doubt, incredibly challenging. How have you managed to get yourself out there on those days where it's just been, you know, life has got in the way? How have you managed to do it?
So the first period was just getting in the habit of doing it. That went quite well, helped by working at home for a period. Then there was through Christmas period, and that was just the real commitment to myself to doing it, and the recording on Strava, so I was putting it out there that I was doing it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to fail from that point of view. And then it just became natural. It was like every day I found a way of either getting it in before work, lunchtime, after the kids had gone to bed in the evening. And by I don't know, day 200, it just came naturally because it was a habit that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the benefits from it, you know, getting the mental space to think, the health benefits from running every day. So yeah, it's all been good, and it's developed successfully.
So what's been your longest run, and what's been your shortest run?
So the shortest has been the mile, just over the mile, and the longest was Cambridge Half in October last year.
Brilliant. And I think that's the thing that people don't understand as well, is when you're running every day, an event like a half marathon, for example, where traditional, if you're training for it in a traditional sense, you taper down for it, so you would be running less the couple of weeks up to it, and you certainly have a good recovery the week after it. You don't get that when you run every day. So how do you deal with muscle fatigue? How do you deal with recovery? What was your process for that?
So my position was have the big event, and then the days after it, I wouldn't worry about pace, and I wouldn't get too hung up on a distance. It was just about going out, and if the legs got round a mile, 2 miles, that was good. I've been out and done it. If I felt like I'd go on to 5, I'd go on to 5.
Yeah.
But generally it was slightly shorter runs at a slightly slower pace.
Yeah.
For a week off the back of it, and that would allow me to recover and get back in the swing of running every day.
Yeah. So I think the big one there is not putting too much pressure on yourself, and I think I've found the same. Certainly, when I started running and I was doing races and stuff, you find with Strava, don't you, that people, get competitive and they always want to, you need to do it at a certain pace, a certain distance. Yeah. But when you do every day, that you need to forget that. Otherwise it's going to come back and bite you with some form of injury. And, I personally run quite often, I'll do a really slow paced run because I don't have to prove anything to anybody else. I'm still doing my challenge, and I need to recover. And I think that's something to say. But, one of the last questions I'm going to ask you is, so Alex pre-running every day to Alex having run every day for a year, what are the differences? How have you changed as a person? Have you changed for the better? Have you changed for the worse? What were the pros? What were the cons? Quite a big question, but hopefully you can summarise it for me.
So I've gone through a bit of a lull from a fitness point of view up to starting it, and obviously going into it has brought my fitness levels back up. I haven't targeted anything particular, haven't lost loads of weight or anything, but I think my general fitness is much easier. It's much easier to do 25, 30k a week now than it was at the end.
Yeah.
At the beginning, sorry.
Yeah.
It gives me mental thinking space and just think about things that have happened at work and then thinking through all things that might be happening in life outside of work, but with family and stuff that need a bit of thinking through.
Yep.
And so it's had a sort of selection of benefits, and as much it's just the enjoyment of getting out and seeing the countryside and the fresh air.
Yeah.
That comes well.
And where's the furthest place away you've run?
So the furthest is Willercoombe Bay down in Devon.
Yeah.
That was a summer holiday, so that had the challenges of being on holiday, getting up early, going to bed late, spending the time with the kids in the day.
Yeah.
So getting up at 6, running across Willercoombe Beach as the sun comes up in the morning.
Yeah.
That was a really enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
And that was definitely worth getting up and doing.
Yeah, you do get days where something beautiful happens, or you see something beautiful, and I think those little precious moments. I mean, I always use the analogy of when Forrest Gump runs the length of the country 2.5 times, and the bit where he's running next to the most beautiful lake, and it's literally symmetrical. Yeah. It's just beautiful, isn't it? And you get moments like that. And I think just to summarise your point there as well, would you say, because you're talking a lot about headspace and mental time to kind of process things, would you say you're much mentally fitter than you were before?
Yeah, definitely in a better mental headspace than I was before.
Yeah.
That chance to process stuff rather than just sitting down on the sofa and just sitting and sort of not doing anything in the evening.
Yeah.
This definitely provides that chance, and I'm probably slightly better behaved at home because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does put you in a better space to think about stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've said many times that from my perspective, I think running is 80% mental, and I get, if I'm running 823, this is my 823rd day straight now, it's the mental benefits that I'm attached to more than the physical, and you get so much physically, but I think it just pales into insignificance in terms of the benefit that my mental health has had from doing this every day. So the last question we'll have, Alex, is what next? How long are you going to carry on? Are you going to stop? Or what's your plan? What's coming next for Alex Hart and his running career?
I think the short term is 400.
Yeah.
That seems a good achievement.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have a think if I want to go back into triathlon.
Yeah.
So that would be still training every day, still in the mental space.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I do it, it won't be running every day. It'll be cycling, swimming.
Yeah.
A bit more weight fitness. So that's the next sort of 6 months-ish sort of look ahead, really.
Yeah.
And I've tried, when I've done it, I've tried to do it in bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
So not worry about the year.
Yeah.
I did achieve 30 days.
Yeah.
Achieve 60 days, get past 100.
Yeah.
And then develop it on.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting out at the beginning thinking a year's a long time away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I think
that's the plan.
I think that's a really good way of approaching it. And if you look too far ahead, it can seem like too big a challenge, whereas bite-sized chunks is definitely the way forward. And finally, what would you say to anybody who was considering doing a running streak? What would you say to them?
I'll say go out and do it. It's getting the traction's the hard bit. That's the real dedication. Once you get through that and into a habit, it just happens.
Yeah.
Don't really get stressed about distance or speed, as we said.
Yeah.
And give yourself a chance to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'd sort of say to it.
No, brilliant. Well, and just to add to that last point, I always say I never recommend that people just go out and do a running streak, because I think there are injury risks associated with that. But what I do say, I mean, Alex had been running a long time before he started his running streak. But what I say, I think the most important thing is to do some form of daily movement. So some people could do a streak. Some people could do a streak of walking every day, or running 2 or 3 days a week and walking the others. I think it's the daily movement which I think is the most important part of any form of streaking. Certainly for somebody who's new to this. If you're an experienced runner, then running streaks, I've found I've benefited so much, and I think from what Alex was saying, certainly he has as well. So thanks ever so much, Alex, for some really enlightening views of run streaking, and good luck for the the next 30 or so days,
or
60 or so days. Sorry, no, 30 or so days, and hopefully you'll keep it up.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kev. Well done for setting up the challenge.
Thank you very much. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.